What's going on? What's Primal Rights here, and welcome back to another reaction video. It's time to dive down into what Primal Rights actually is and who I was. So today I'm doing something inspired by another YouTuber. So today we're going to go over the evolution of Primal Rights. Instead of just showing songs throughout the years, I would actually commentate over and give a little bit of insight on it. When my music journey started, I was not Primal Rights. I had another name, and that name went by Gocha. Now, what the hell is a Gocha? Let me explain. I have a lot of Italian heritage, and I love Italian food. Thought I'd pour that in with a drop, like dubstep drop. 2 years of producing, I went by Gocha, and then in 2017, I was like, nah, I want to change my name, but we'll get to that later. We're gonna start in 2016, even though I officially started producing in 2015, but I unfortunately don't have any of the songs that I made. The earliest I have is on my birthday, 2016. I just turned 14 years old, I think. Kind of crazy, and now I'm 21, almost 22. I got a couple months left. Let's get into 2016. So I'm going to show off 3 songs from each year, or 3 projects from each year, but I'm going to show 3 songs. If they're from a project, I'm showing 1 song from it. I hope that makes sense. And I'll let you know what the project is called. So let's start off with my first ever release anywhere on the internet called Gocha The Storm EP. And the track I'm going to be showing off is its ass, called The Storm. When it comes to incredible graphic designers like Picasso, I don't know any other art. Picasso, Da Vinci, all the incredible artists out there making incredible drawings and paintings. I've actually been compared to some of those artists back in like the most famous painters and drawers in the world because of EP artwork like this. It's my first ever EP art. I drew it myself, all handcrafted, perfectly designed to simulate a storm.
It's pretty difficult to put into words how disgusted I am, how depressed I am.
Now, the assness of the art also actually is made on purpose to describe what the tracks sound like. See, it's not only what you see, it's how you involve it with what's actually happening. So because this art has to do with the musical release, I went ahead and compared it to the art of the music. So the art and the music are actually together. So once again, the assness of the EP art is the same as the EP. So let's just go ahead and scroll to the drop. I'm not going to put you through 4 minutes of torture. So you think there's going to be a switch up? Oh, well, you're like 33% correct. What I used to do is I used to just layer the same melody with another sound and just continue to layer that and layer that and layer that until it's just this big chunk of hot turd. As you can see, just listen closely. Oh man, I thought I was so smart. Putting a higher layer upon a lower layer. Oh man, I was gonna be the next upcoming artist on Monster Cat, bro. I had it all. I didn't. But yeah. This is my first release ever anywhere on the internet. I think I took it down. If I didn't, I have to take this down because for reasons. I just started on FL a couple months after this song, and we're gonna move on to some somewhat better music. This is like in the summer. It was one of my first ever attempts at house music. This is called Grief. As you can see, the art has immensely improved. The F is highlighted red because F stands for fart. Now, basically, this song reminded me of a fart because of how they both smell bad.
But Primal, music doesn't smell bad.
Just listen. There was a point in my life where I didn't improve very much. And man, if I didn't improve, What would I ever do with myself? But yeah, obviously it's ass. I guess it's somewhat an improvement from the unlistenable we just heard, the unthinkable, the unimaginable. It's actually impressive I can make something that hot. Cheeks. That's grief. I'm in grief from that. Okay, we have Red Diamonds EP. I just made EPs, albums, left to right because I thought it was cool. And I was like, you know, I want to make my own record. I want to make something that just screams me. Obviously, this music does not portray me anymore, so I don't know why the hell I ever thought of anything so cool. But this is the best track that I have on here in the 2016 list. I would actually listen to this if I was on a couple shots of vodka, but I would still listen to it. No amount of alcohol would have me ever sit down and listen to the last two. But this one here, you know what? It's actually not too bad. It is repetitive as hell, but it's actually not bad. The mix is listenable. It's obviously not good, but it is listenable. I'm gonna go to the ending here because this part's actually my favorite part. And if I knew how to make this music in today's age, if I tried and stuff like that, I could probably make something actually pretty good. But just listen. It's that little pad in the background. So yeah, I actually don't hate that track. Yeah, there are a couple tracks out there that I don't hate that I've made ages ago. But obviously, there could be millions of improvements. But you know, it is what it is. That's the life that we live. And where we wish we could make something different. Let's move on to where I started. Primal Rights. So yeah, that was my very early era, and I have hundreds and hundreds of Gocha tracks out there that are gone or just privated on my YouTube, my old YouTube, not even the one that you're watching this on. It was an older channel that I have shown my older videos, my gameplay videos and stuff from an older video on this channel when I reacted to all that stuff. That's probably extremely confusing, and I'm sorry, but we're gonna move on to 2017, the beginning of Primal Rights. I don't know why the name Primal Rights came about, but it's too iconic to change it now, especially, you know, unless I blow up, blow up. For now, I'm gonna be Primal Rights for pretty much a very long time. Here we have an era where I was like, okay, let's calm it down and let's actually sit back and think of what the hell I'm actually doing. I started to figure out how to use samples. I was like, whoa, I can just take other people's samples and actually put them in here, and it actually I won't get hit for it. I won't get insulted. Samples are a thing. Yes, samples are one of the biggest parts of music. And guess what? I started using those in lo-fi tracks. Yes, I made lo-fi. There's a video on my older channel that blew the hell up. It has 300,000 views. You may have seen it yourself. It's a how to make lo-fi video. Yeah, it was terrible. I also mispronounced lo-fi wrong. I said lo-fi.
And that's going to be how to make a lo-fi beat with a...
Yeah, that was fun. Here I actually made listenable music. We're gonna check out 2017. First track is called Love is Love. Of course, I didn't play this piano. It's a sample. And I also got a lo-fi drum kit that I think everyone had. I ain't even gonna hold you. I'd still blast that. I would still, go out on a nice fall evening and just play that track. It's a very easy way. It's probably one of the best ways to start getting into music because of how simple it is. It really lets the basics shine. That's definitely the best track so far. Let's move on though to some more of the dubstep stuff, which is complete ass. We have Sunrise. My first track that is on my SoundCloud currently. This track is still on my SoundCloud. If you scroll through the hundreds of tracks that I currently have up and you go all the way to the bottom, you will find this one, Sunrise. It is from an LP called Emotional Blood that actually is really nostalgic to me, and I only go back for nostalgic and feel-good reasons. The LP is terrible, but I was very into anime and stuff at the time, and I still am, but more wholesome anime, especially at this part. I was probably 15 years old, and yeah, it's definitely the song of all time though. Let's just take a listen real quick.
Man, I'm dead.
So, the millions of cymatic samples that I started using as well when I discovered that there were free sample packs, like just download and increase my production game by not very much, because the samples I used, I somehow made these samples worse than they kind of already were, low-key. Not a hit at cymatics or anything, but like they were definitely the samples of all time, but I somehow made them worse. And also, apparently some of you guys have already found this track. I'm sorry, but yeah, we're all ass when we start. It just, you know, it is what it is. You don't pick up a basketball for the first time and immediately become my glorious king Pookie Bear LeBron James. You have to learn and experience assness and failure before you can experience success. You know what I mean? But yeah, I mean, I try to make like... Scared the hell out of me. I played it by accident. I tried to make like melodic stuff. It turned out melodic. We are now going to move on to the greatest track I have ever made since my birth. This track changed my life. I truly believed I was next up. I was gonna be great. Just after this song was released. And I'm talking about Samurai. Oh yeah. This song right here was my first ever label release on any label ever. Expanse Records. Fun fact, Convexity's older label. Yeah, crazy isn't it? I knew Convexity before he blew up. Man, me, Convex, man, we boys, you know what I'm saying? We got... Can you stop playing the song by accident, please? You know, we boys. Like, you know, we like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, we old buddies. We old pals, you know what I'm saying? We got it locked in now. I haven't spoken to him in years. This track though is something. I don't know how I found Expanse Records. I think I was just looking around for something to send out. Because I was like, oh wait, Monster Cat's not the only record label out there in existence? Yeah, it's crazy, right? Yeah. Here's one of them. But if you haven't heard this song yet, it sounds a little something like this. It's like glitch hop. I was inspired by glitch hop a little bit. I wanted to make something in the mid-tempo range, but I wanted to have like that trap influence as well. Just listen. Best build of all time.
This is how we do it.
Oh Lord. I only had all the songs you've heard so far. I've only made in the demo version of FL Studio, which means I could not save projects. As soon as I closed out of this project, which took me probably a few hours to make in one sitting, I had to make everything in one sitting. I closed this project, gone forever. I am so sad that I don't have this project file anymore. I wish I had all my project files. It would change my life. It would really have me like dive down into how I actually made music, and how I just remember it being a lot of MIDI notes. Like I didn't know how to do any like audio, no automations, nothing. It was sad. I think there are probably a couple. Yeah, there is one automation. The pitch change automates in the build. Yeah, that's probably it. Yeah, we were on the move. We were on the move to the right direction. I kind of had a bit of, you know, what I wanted to do with my music. Just a little bit, though. Nothing too crazy. April 20th, 2017, this released. Yeah, I still remember the release day. It was a big day for me. It was like, oh my gosh, I'm on a record label. That first moment when you get on like a record label, it don't matter how big or small it is. It's great. Still to this day, like people, when record labels are like, hey, you want to release with us? I'm like, what? You like my music enough? Like, it's really cool. It's really cool. And you also join a community to add along with that as well. So, yeah, Samurai. Alrighty, y'all. 2018. 2018 was the greatest year of my life. I mean, I had a girlfriend. Astro by Travis Scott came out. I was with my youth group. We were too lit. It was just good. No. Life was great. Unfortunately, my music was still ass. It wasn't as ass. Alright, I'm still improving. I'm still doing better, I guess. But that doesn't say very much. We have here an AV called Steam Malfunction. I wanted to make something kind of like a mechanical theme, robot kind of theme. And I put these two tracks together. I will be showing off Steam. I was very, very, very proud of this track when it came out, and I believed I could actually now save projects, which was really cool. I definitely did not pirate it or have a pirated version sent to me. Yeah, that did not happen. It was definitely paid for. I'm actually like decently proud of like the writing on this track. Obviously the mixdown is the mixdown of all time, but yeah, it's something.
Steam.
This part though, I'm cooking a little bit. I'm cooking a little bit here. Yeah, if I just like know how to mix properly, like, this could be actually sick. But I was just like, dude, I don't even know how to EQ, probably. I don't know, maybe. But if I did know how to EQ, I didn't do it well. So, but yeah, that was Steam. It was like a halftime, and then Malfunction was a DMB track, I believe. Inspired by Topi. I do remember that. I was like, oh, I want to make a Topi kind of track. So yeah, we're cooking a little bit. The pot is starting to boil. Not yet, though. But we are getting there. We're adding some of our seasoning. We're adding a little, you know, we're turning the stove on, and we're starting to get things rolling here.
Oh my god, leave it!
Let's start with, oh, mom's calling. Hello?
Hey.
The next track is actually one that I'm actually pretty proud of. I started to get a lot more out of my comfort zone and started making these kind of like electronic pop beats. Like, I made some albums just kind of based off of like beats and like lo-fi instead of just dubstep. And I thought they were actually pretty decent, and this is my favorite one off of that project. The album is called Take Care. You can listen to this one. It's still out on all platforms. I don't plan on taking it down. It's kind of an iconic project, in my eyes at least. I loved making this record. Even though the tracks are pretty mid, like there's nothing crazy about them, I like this one. I actually like this one. This one's called Grasshopper. Like, I kind of cooked a little bit. We're just cooking some, like, you know, just some noodles. No medium rare steak, nothing like that. We're just, you know, we're just throwing some eggs on a pan and just cooking. We're not going crazy with the 5-star meals at the restaurant just yet, but we are cooking. We are cooking a little bit. And yeah, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see. So I'm actually still pretty proud of this track. I like the uniqueness of it. I like the cleanliness of the production. The sample itself it's completely mono. I don't know why I did that. That wasn't very smart because now it sounds very stale. I still go back and listen to it sometimes. But actually some pretty decent ideas on the Take Care album. So my last release of 2018, this album is so ass. The Final Force album. I was like, okay, back in the dubstep mood. I've been working on these tracks like crazy. And I got it. You know, I can make dubstep. I can do this. Let's make a dubstep album. All right, and I think this is my first ever dubstep album, and probably my last. This was an Eliminate inspired track, and it's called Battery. And yeah, it's not horrible, but it's old for sure. Oh yeah, I added some more seasoning, and this is where I started to like actually kind of like know what I'm doing a little bit here. I'm like, okay, I can make music. I can make music, and I can be better, and every day we're improving. Never give up. This was my thing with this album, was like, I'm making a statement that I can make music. This is definitely not the best track on here, and every other track was so much better. There were probably only like 3 other tracks that I'd go back to. The rest are pretty terrible. And I remember I made the teaser for this album, and I just like, it was like just the image of the art and then like text on the screen. It was I didn't even have a fan base back then. It was just my friends from a couple of my friends from school. Like, hey man, this song's pretty tight, man. No, damn well they were lying. This year was interesting. 2019.
Now that's a lot of damage!
Definitely one of the worst years of my life. Father died, broke up with that girlfriend in 2018. This is where everything pretty much changed before COVID and everything. That's COVID's a different story, but I made some solid music, I guess. I mean, we were more into this was a very like I barely made any dubstep in 2019. So none of these tracks are going to be dubstep. These three that I have right here. They're all from, we have 2 albums that I made, and then one of them is somehow my most popular track on SoundCloud, My Mama's Boy by Alex Lo-Fi Flip. So the song Alex Mama's Boy is like just a piano playing, and I was like, let me flip this. And by flip, I mean, I'm just going to lower the pitch and lower the key down a couple semitones, put some drums on it, done. Happy days. And that's literally all I did. Oh, I added a melody as well at the end. Very simple melody, but I guess, you know, sometimes with these little flips and switches, you can still make something pretty cool. It could have been botted. I didn't bot it. I don't even know how to do any of that, and I don't want to know how to do any of that because I want all my stuff to be as real as possible. But maybe it did have freaking, it has like 100,000 something plays, which is ridiculous. I mean, it does describe 2019, just sad and depressing. Alright, we have my first album of 2019 called Rose World. I was very into roses at the time. I just got this rose, actually it's right over here. I had this rose bucket hat. I was very into bucket hats at the time, and I wore it for like a whole year at school. I don't know. I thought it was cool. I definitely grew out of it though. Let's check out this track from the album, which I still kind of do like. It's definitely it's a lo-fi pretty much album, and there's some solid tracks on here. This one is called Hide and Seek Galaxy. I think I made this melody myself. Okay, this one is a bit out of place. This last song is a track off of my album called TWT, which is my father's initials. And if you heard what I said earlier, 2019 is when my dad passed away. Not too long after that happened, I made 9 tracks based off dedicated to him. They really don't have they don't have lyrics. I don't know. I just felt like making music just makes me feel better. All right. This song though is kind of lit. All right. It's called Ride or Die, and it's a trap beat. So we're pumping up the energy a little bit here. Hey. That's kind of hard. I can't even hold you, bro. It was a sample I found on Looperman. Everyone's used Looperman. If you haven't, you're lying to yourself. Or Splice, but Splice is not free. Looperman is free, so which makes it cool. And I mean, the loops aren't great, but I found this dude who plays the flute all the time, and I was like, yeah. Obviously, I didn't like sing very often or anything, so I wasn't very confident in my lyrics and stuff like that. So I didn't make any of that. I barely made stuff like that. I actually did make a couple rap songs, but unfortunately they're gone. I know you want to hear me rap, all right?
But I'm not a rapper.
It ain't happening for a while. It ain't happening for a while. Little white boy rap that shit out of here, man. All right. Anyway, that's 2019. Definitely a weird year for me. All right, we're going to kick it now to 2020.
Bagel tear. Put it in reverse, tear.
This year obviously sucked. Everyone knows that. COVID hit. We don't know what the hell was happening. We were all stuck in our rooms. Most of us producers, we do that anyway. Obviously, the rest of the world had to stay at home and all that stuff. 2 of these tracks were part of albums that released before COVID officially hit. We here have one of actually my personal favorite albums that I've made still to this day called Halcyon. not the record label. Don't sue me, all right? I was working on this album before 2020. I think it was like, because I released this album on like New Year's in 2020. And it's a special album to me because I was like, wow, I'm actually kind of getting better at melodic stuff, and like this stuff is actually pretty good. I'm happy with these tracks, so I put a baby picture of me on there, all right? Yes, my ears are massive. My hair is disgusting. I look like a freaking chipmunk. All right, I understand. You're already roasting me. We're probably gonna have it as an emote in the Discord, which, by the way, you should join. Link in the description. So please be light on it. All right, it's a cute photo. I don't even know where, or I don't remember where I found it. I think Halcyon means like rebirth or something like that. No, I'm probably lying like a motherfucker. I don't know. It's a cute album. It's a fun album. I actually sang on this song, and yeah, it's called Answers. It's a Liquid DMB track.
You haven't given me answers. You haven't given me answers.
I actually really like this song. Obviously, I wish it was mixed a little better. Like there's a lot of more things that I could improve on it. But in 2020, I was damn proud of this song. So. Only, 4 years in production, which to y'all, some of y'all probably doesn't sound too impressive, but because some of y'all be improving in like freaking 6 months to a year, y'all are like already cracked, right? I evolved very, very slowly, but I think this album proves like it was a big like step like from what I started with to what I was at the time, and yeah, it was really cool to like just kind of experience the album still, even though the songs, you know, they're definitely not the best, like when you compare it to the rest of the world, but I was proud of it. This is a very personal project. I know people say that all the freaking time, but it's true. If you don't have an album where you just put yourself on a freaking plate, all right, what are you doing? You should love yourself now. Speaking of ass, we have a complete opposite. 2 months later, I released another freaking album of all heavy dubstep, and I was like, all right, it's been 2 years since my last dubstep album. It's time to step it up. Final Force was cheeks. I got this. Freaking The Anarchist. The art is terrible. The teaser was actually pretty good. I made it myself. It was definitely an upgrade. The only thing better was the teaser compared to the Halcyon album teaser. Literally like all these teasers. I was like, you know what? I can make this. I can do this. I'm actually learning how to edit and use like animated fonts and stuff like that. And I believe it's still up on my channel. If you scroll all the way down, there's a chance it's still up there. I even made a cryptic video for it. I was going all in. 2 months. I just released an album 2 months ago. Forget it. I'm releasing another one, and it's all heavy stuff. Why? Because I was cooking. Okay? This is definitely not the best track, but it's a good example of what I was making back then. It's called Fiery, and it was very Nazar inspired back then. I think his Black Label EP, Nazar's, it came out like a year after I made this track, a bit around there, and I freaking loved that EP. Let's listen to this hot garbage. Let them up. Oh yeah, and this is also when I learned what frequency shifter was, and if you just plop it all in a freaking automation clip, you'll get cool sounds. Yeah, I definitely lost the high-end allegations. I was not beating the high-end allegations. That high-end is so bad. It's piercing my soul. I didn't know what the hell I was thinking. Garbage! Freaking garbage. All right, now we're getting into where I actually started to like know how to make music a little bit. I know I keep saying that, but like here I'm like, you know, this could go out to shows. This could be played out at shows. See all these other tracks? I don't see them being played out at shows. This one, I could actually see being played out. It's actually good enough. This is the last one in the 2020 list. We have Leotrix and Lanky, Chippy's Deeper, me, and the homie Will's remix. This is up on SoundCloud. It actually has a decent amount of plays, like 2,000, something like that. And it's actually pretty solid. Again, me and Will were just messing with frequency shifter and having a blast. So we were like, hey, you know what? Let's freaking release it. The art is so funny. The artwork is so funny. They were taking a picture of us on a bus. And we were just there like, I think we were exhausted. I don't remember, but we look dead. So yeah, let's check out this remix real quick. Y'all hear the frequency shifter? The pot is starting to boil a little bit. See, now from here on out, we're getting some good music, and y'all know what's about to pop up. Here we go. 2021.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
I was just starting making reaction videos. I was starting to blow up. I was starting to get into the community with my reaction videos and my YouTube. So, of course, I had to pull up with music and be like, hey guys, you like my videos? Well, check out my music. And it's a big part of the following that I have today. I started to learn how to make UK type beats. I was very proud of this one. This one is, this first track on the 2021 list is iconic. It's iconic. It's where pretty much everything changed. It was like, whoa, this guy can actually kind of make a little bit of music. Yeah. And it blew up. Well, it blew up. It's one of my most popular dubstep songs. It has about 9,000 plays, I believe. Mind State.
Going on
Inside your head. I'm sure most of y'all have already heard this track. Most of y'all have been around for a minute, but if you haven't yet, it's close to 10K. Make sure to boost it up. It'll be my third song to hit 10K. Besides that, I don't count the Alex Mama's Boy flip that has like 100,000. These tracks are like actually relevant, and like people like go back and listen to them. So, and I'm actually proud of them. And I put hard work into this. This song took so long, bro. I was like, I gotta tweak this, tweak this, tweak this, and this is when I was like, man, I was making some good music, but because I was making good music, I had to work hard. I had to keep going back and forth every single day, making sure that everything was good. It sounded good on all devices. It sounded good in the car, the phone, the headphones. If there is an EP or a project I've ever made that describes that struggle right there, it's this next one, the Crimson EP. Still one of my favorite projects I've ever made. A big staple in my production. People are like, oh, he only makes heavy stuff. Oh, he's making dubstep now. Psych, that's the wrong number. Most popular song on the project, Axel. I probably could have mixed this a bit better. I think the high end is a little crazy. I probably lost the high end allegations on this one. Yeah, the high end is kind of insane, I ain't gonna lie. But if there's one more song that I could describe 2021 as, it's not an original. It's a remix. And it's definitely one of my most popular songs I've ever made because it was part of a remix contest. And of course, I'm thinking of the Virtual Ride in Mode Step, This Could Be Us, featuring Frank Zummo. Primal Rights remix. This track was crazy. Everybody was like, oh my gosh, Primal, this is your best remix. Oh my gosh, you're so cool and awesome, and you're so beautiful, and you know, I love you so much. You got Primal Rights for president, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, obsoleta. 2021 is definitely a lot of things. I was getting inspired by a couple artists. Obviously, the Crimson EP was inspired by More Kismet and Laxity, mainly More Kismet though. But also Mind State and that remix and a couple other songs heavily inspired by UK, and I was just trying to get like into that like, wow, I really like UK, I want to make music like him. So I did. 2022. This year was nuts. Absolutely freaking nuts. I'm not even going to talk about this one. I'm just going to show y'all Cash. It's very Cash Money. Definitely one of my favorite UK-inspired tracks that I've made. Is 202. If you like coupons, press coupons. scanning. Like, bro, I was kind of going a little stupid. I was kind of going a little ham. I was going ham. No sissy. And then obviously, the day that May GP came around, and everybody lost their damn mind. So, the track I will be playing here is, of course, Robot Chicken. I mean, I feel like this was my best representation of what I wanted out of the UK type beat stuff. I'm freaking insane.
Well, let's see Robot Chicken top this one.
What was wrong with me with this next part? Oh boy. I'm about it. Oh, and then of course, man, this year was crazy. Man, 2022 was crazy, man. We got Inferno. Inferno was insane because, come on. Inferno was inspired by mainly two artists. One a big inspiration, the one a smaller inspiration with the flow. The biggest inspiration, though, for Inferno was Madcore. There were some small interpretations with flows that I had, actually inspired by my boy Dano. So shout out Dano for a little bit of inspiration on this track as well. And due to its heaviness and big blockiness and the trap switches and stuff, it's definitely more Madcore inspired for sure. This track was on one of my favorite compilations ever. No, not biased at all, actually. Full Flex Audio on Silken Woods, Umbra Divisa. Like, what were y'all smoking? Like, it's freaking insane. Y'all were on one with this freaking compilation. Big lineup, big tracks. I love it.
I'm on fire!
Oh my goodness. And this is a perfect time to say that the pot is cooking. The pot is steaming. We got all our seasonings. The medium rare steaks are being made. Our 5-star restaurant is just around the corner, and it all starts with Inferno, because that's how much heat is being produced now, because we are cooking good. Let's make it to our final year here so far in the Primal Rights Evolution 2023. Humongous year for your boy. As I'm recording this, we still got a little bit left of the year to go. My last release on the 2023 list here is not even out yet. Here is what came out first. Of course. Probably my biggest release this year. Maybe definitely one of my biggest releases. Time Glass on Rhinolex Records. Man, love the comp EP. Obviously, big honor to be on something as big as Rhinolex. And this song is great. I love this song. Game's up. Time's over. Yeah, for these last couple of years, man, I've mainly just been making mainly heavy stuff. It's just been so fun to kind of experiment with, even though it's not like the most experimental rhythm stuff you've probably heard. It's just so fun to make, and I was making good stuff too, so I was like, release it, you know what I'm saying? I'm sure people will like it, and of course you guys do. And speaking of heavy rhythm, one of my big heavy songs I've ever released is, of course, the one on Hardtooth with Cacti, Anubis.
Hard to oblivion.
Yeah, we just kind of cooked. The 5-star restaurants are calling our name because we just created the first ever 6-star restaurant, and we are cooking good. Now, this EP, the Star Mage EP. I mean, one of my favorite projects I've ever made. Like, top 3, man. I love all these songs, and they took a lot of work, but it was also a lot of love. I mean, it's been over a year since my last the Data Mage EP, and now, you know, y'all thought you wasn't getting an EP this year probably, and now here we are. We finally got one. And it's been over 2 years, 2.5 years since my last melodic EP. And yeah, we finally got another one. I'm going to show off. I think it's hard to pick my favorite, but I'm going to go with Samsara. I think this one just, it hits a little deeper in the heart. I mean, it's a memory. I can listen to the song all day. It took like 12 times to like really get it down and perfected. Like, you know, version 1, version 2. This had like 12 versions. And that was the hardest out of all 6 of these tracks. So, and here we are now in about to hit 2024. I don't even know what's hitting yet. I really don't have any plans exactly yet for 2024, at least musically. All I'm doing is just cooking music and just let the future hold up for itself. And I got some great stuff. Obviously, Secret Spells Volume 3 is going to be on the way as well. So obviously that's exciting. I don't know when it will come in 2024. All right. So that's all you got to know. And yeah, this I hope you guys enjoyed the Star Mage EP. That's the newest one that's out now. And if you guys enjoyed any of these past projects, even from like 2017, 2018 maybe, I hope you don't enjoy any 2016 tracks. I don't know what the hell is wrong with you. But if you enjoy any of them, check out my SoundCloud, because most of them are on my SoundCloud. If they're not, I'm sorry. Or check this YouTube channel, because that's where all my older lo-fi tracks are. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you all later. All right. Bye-bye now.